Hello everyone, welcome back to EarthBound. Last time we finished off Threed and Saturn Valley, we head out here to the desert. I'm recording this quite early in the morning, so forgive me if I sound a little quieter than usual. Okay, I withdrew some money and we are going to buy some stuff for our party here. So let's get a Mr. Baseball bat. Because that was quite a bit. Glad we bought that. And let's see what's next. The deluxe fry pan for Paula. Regardless if we actually use Paula's physical attack all that much, I am just going to keep buying her weapon upgrades because I'd rather have them than not. And a coin of slumber, I guess. So we will get that for Paula. What's that changing to? It's not a significant change, but I would say it's worth it. Anyway, that seems to be enough, and I took out the right amount of money, huh? Okay, so now that there's a traffic jam, let's head north and try to kind of evade it. Oh, there's a guy over here to sell Jeff stuff, and there's always a mole playing rough here. There's a really interesting video on the topic of why this mole playing rough is always here, even though it's such a weak enemy. I will link that video in the description. My nose is running a little bit just because it's early. Anyways, this guy sells some good stuff. He sells some good stuff. So we are going to buy some stuff from him whenever we need to, because he's a very good location for us. So Jeff, what can I do for you? We're gonna give this to somebody else. Maybe Paula can take the defense spray because we want that zip gun. And yeah, okay, we have enough money for it. Good. Because sometimes they let you go ahead and try to buy stuff even if you don't have the money for it. So, there we have it. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, it's a monkey. Welcome. Our paradise exists beneath that hole. Talarama is great and kind. And he knows everything Talarama does. He made us the underground rooms. This guy sounds like a good guy if he's building monkeys' homes. I'm just a pile of bleached bones. I can't talk. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. We sleep in the desert, so we're often mistaken for corpses. But a corpse doesn't usually wear a bathing suit, right? Hey, stop staring at my tan lines. Go away. Annoying kids. What a group of brats. Scat, you little monsters. And, oh gosh, do not want to interact with that. Oh, hey, what's this? Skip sandwich. Woo. Hi, monkey. As sea monkeys live in the sea, desert monkeys live in the desert. I mean desert, not dessert. I'm happy that there are animals in the desert, aren't you? I am. It doesn't sound exactly like his. And what? Oh, okay, that was weird. I think the game was having trouble deciding who got priority there. I think the desert wolf is weak to PK freeze, I want to say. Yes, okay, cool. So the status ailment that Ness and Paula have right now, which is interesting because usually Jeff is the one who gets it, is Sunstroke. Sunstroke will take some health over time, and it only occurs, for the most part, in the desert. I don't know where else it can occur even, but it only occurs also only when you're actually on the desert. When you're on the road, you're fine. Big Bottle Rocket, very worth your time to get that. Not hard to get at all. Just sitting right out here. And I'm actually going to stay here because this is a free inn. Please stay the night, even though it's a small house. Yay. Very kind construction workers here. You want that Big Bottle Rocket for Jeff now because it's what is all Jeff has, really. This hole's great. Good hole, good hole, good hole. First, someone asked me to dig for buried gold. I began to feel like I was obligated to find it. Man, I'm starving. Do you have any food you can spare? Sure. Seems like you have a lot of stuff. What are you gonna give me? We could give him the skip sandwich we just got. Don't want to give him the life noodles. Sorry, dude. But we do need that. It seems as though we have. If I find the gold, I'll give it to you. If only it was that simple, huh? What's down here? Seems like they haven't made a ton of headway yet. Maybe they will later. Maybe this was a good investment. We'll have to see. Anyways, heading down here. You can kind of just follow this path along these rocks the whole time if you want. I like adventuring in the desert a little bit to talk to some of the NPCs. So before we keep going down the road, I wanted to show you guys something over here, because there are some NPCs I like. Here they are. I am Big Brother Pancho. I'm Kid Brother Pincho. I am Tomas Jefferson. These are the Slot Brothers. If you don't know, they actually have their own video game. I had to correct myself. They have their own game, another game installment in the Mother series, the Slot Brothers card game, which Tomato was so gracious as to translate and then, or not translate, but scan all the pages into the internet so you can play it if you look for it. It's pretty easy to find. It's on EarthBound Central, I believe. I am a broken slot machine, but the Sanchez brothers and their friends are a very cheerful trio. They will make you happy. Would you like to insert a buck? Sure. So if you put a buck in, the slot brothers will become slots, and sometimes you can win stuff, and other times you will not. More likely not. That's fair. Anyway, I don't usually play the slot brothers anyway, so I'm not overly worried about it. What's going on? Oh! Hello, it's your dad. You've been out there. It took a while for this to happen. Every time I ran into this, it was right after I finished a recording, which has been twice so far I've ran into the dad phone call, but we're fine. East to Fourside. All right, looks like we should keep going keep heading this way then, because we're going to Fourside, obviously. I don't know why whenever you go through one of these areas here when on the road, it always warps you to the bottom when you come out the other side. I've never understood this, and I don't know what it's done for, but whatever. Let's just walk across this bridge. I really like it. I really like this area. It really does make it feel like you're entering the big city, and you get to see the little island there. Feels good. It really just adds to the atmosphere. It's a little thing, but it does a lot for me, at least. And here we are in Fourside. Finally, we've made it. Continuing up here. What do you have to say? The city of Fourside has developed quite a bit since Mr. Giraldi Monotoli hit the big time. It's been good for the city. Huh. Have to see about that. The Runaway Five from Tucson seem very popular. I heard that Topola Theater is always full. Oh, so they're here. Right, they did say they were going to be in Fourside, huh? What happened to those guys digging for the buried gold? If they found the gold, it would be worth a huge amount of money. They'd be able to pay off $1 million debt very easily. If I were them, I'd go to Japan and live it up. Speaking of the Topola Theater, there's a new singer called Venus. She's better than the Runaway Five. I'm totally bonkers about her. Venus, huh? We did hear from a woman in Tucson that her daughter was going by a Veen stage name. I've heard some bad rumors about Mr. Montoli. I heard that he made a deal with a pure entity of evil. Gosh, I am having so much trouble reading this morning. I'm sorry. I heard that he made a deal with a pure evil entity in exchange for power. Stuff like that. I want to talk to this guy as well. I don't get it. I heard that a guy who looks like Montoli has been hanging out at Jackie's Cafe. That totally unpopular place? I heard he quietly goes in and out. Well, all interesting things we're hearing right now, particularly about Montoli. But since our friends the Runaway Five are here, we should go visit them. Why not? So obviously this is called the Topola Theater here, but it was called the Topolo Theater in the Japanese version, obviously changed to avoid actually to avoid sneezing. Here, while we watch the show The Runaway Five, I am actually going to take some allergy medicine since it is right next to me. Who cares even? It's my show. When Nets arrives, the Runaway Five told me to let him in, so please come in. Ah, well, it's nice to know that the Runaway Five have not forgotten their little friend, huh? We're so helpless, really helpless and hopeless. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Again, we've been cheated by the theater owner. We're stuck here with a phony contract. Oh yeah! We owe you guys so much. Sorry. We know how to sing, but we don't know how to handle money or women. Do up, do up, do up. To meet Giraldi Monotoli, you'll need our help. I don't know exactly why. It's just a hunch. Well, I have to keep that in mind as well. Have I got a bombshell for you tonight, kids? Yeah! Kaboom! The Runaway Five. Yeah! 3, 2, 1, go! And we get to watch again. Ooh. Now, if you heard that, I don't know how you wouldn't have. Those are my allergy pills that I'm going to take because it's spring and I have allergies. Here, I'll take one of these. It's a Zyrtec. Well, it just says allergy relief, but it's Zyrtec, basically. I'm not EarthBound. I can say whatever brand I want, whenever I want. There you have it. So, I recorded 3 of these videos yesterday, and I'm going to try to record 3 more today, just so I can be ahead, which will put me about 5 days ahead of schedule for recording these. But, hopefully I can get ahead even more if I have the extra time in the next couple days, because I want to get as far ahead as I can, just so that I have to record as few of these as possible outside of college, because it just becomes exponentially harder to find free time to be able to record these. Just because I live in a house with quite a few people, so I don't want to have to deal with having to wait for the whole house to be quiet every time I need to record one of these, which as of late's been daily. Goodness. Which as of late I've been recording daily, so we'll have to see. And there we have our 3rd Runaway 5 performance, huh? Okay. Well, thank you. You can't actually talk to the people in these chairs. Bad example. Okay, there. See? You can. Wasn't that enriching conversation? Let's go see their boss, as we have to usually. So, you're a Runaway Five fan, huh? What? Excuse me? No. This band owes me $1 million. If they break their contract, they're going to be in deep doo-doo with the police. The police would probably say, hey, you guys, or something like that. Unless you're able to pay $1 million on their behalf, you'd have to find buried gold if you have, or you would never be able to pay such a huge sum of money. Ho. Well, luckily we know some people searching for buried gold. Sorry if I sound sniffy. I'm trying not to be like the whole time. I'm not sick ever. Okay. I was sick one time when I was recording when my arm was all bad, but I'm fine now. I mean it. So let's look around Fourside a little bit more. Then maybe we should head back to the desert and see what's going on. Here's the Monotoli building. Maybe we could check out what's happening here. This guy. Last night there was a solitaire tournament. I lost my shirt. I'll invite you next time. Hey, wait, do you even know what solitaire is? He started on Monopoly in the Japanese version. This elevator is only for Master Porky's use. It goes directly to the 47th floor. Quit staring at my hips. Why don't you stand somewhere else instead of behind me? In the Japanese version, my quote of the day, in the Japanese version, she's basically, the wording of this also means stop looking at my butt. So that's a little pervert. Just heading up through here. And into here, we have a nice gold room with Porky. Ooh la la, this, my poor child friend. What's your name? Pig's butt. Oh, no, Ness. Didn't you come here to beg me for some money? Ooh la la. Don't you recognize me? I'm Master Porky. Porky, get it? I'm now Geraldi Monotoli's partner, and I give him political and economic advice. I heard there were some ratty-looking kids outside asking for Mr. Monotoli. Was that you, Ness? This isn't a place for the likes of you. Get out of here. Now, loser. Okay, well, it seems we're going to be escorted out by his secret service, I guess it would be. Relatively. You must never show your face around Master Porky again. You got that? Well, looks like Porky's made it big in the big city. You are going to want to go in here, because there's some interesting dialogue. In this room, it's his dad. You haven't changed much, Janess. I'm Aloysius Minch, Porky's dad. Due to my son's success, I now live the life of a rich man. Every dog has its day. That's the perfect proverb to describe me. Oh, my jaw's tired. Wow, he sounds like me. Yeah, it seems like Porky's dad has also left his family and joined him. So I wonder how Picky and his mom are doing. Might have to check them out and talk to them at some point soon. This elevator's going down. Don't don't stand behind me and stare at my hips. I don't know what the insinuation of this is. Is it that Ness is just kind of being perverted, or one of them, or Jeff or something, just being kind of perverted and looking at her butt? I don't. Is the implication she has a big butt that they're like trying not to look at her? I don't get it. I don't get this joke. Anyway, if we head slightly north of here, we can talk to, or well, not talk to, but we can check out a sign over here. Planning meeting for EarthBound 2. Only those who are related to this project are allowed to enter. Ape Software Development Team. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts to read. Anyway, oh, there's Blue Man Group over there. We're in the big city. It's plausible they're here. I'm not going to stay at the Fourside Hotel just because we're going to be going back into the desert now. And the department store is actually going to be closed, so you can't check it out even if you wanted to upgrade your stuff before you went back, because it is in fact closed for some remodeling issues, or I don't remember, but it's not open. And not being open is really more of the important crux of the conversation. And I know right now it seems like a big hassle to keep going back and forth between the city and the desert, but believe me, we're going to be getting an easier way to travel between these locations relatively soon. Okay, now that that's said, back in the desert, we're going to want to head back to where those guys were searching for gold, or digging for gold, rather. And also, look at this. It looks like some stuff is going on here. I've been watching them dig for a while. I wonder what they'll find. Well, you should go in there and see what's going on. But first, I want to go here and save at this receiver. Now, I want you to know that if it's your first time playing, it's not a bad idea to save in Fourside, because if you die here, you'll respawn there, and there is a nearby hospital where you can revive yourself at. But I don't know, I don't feel like it, so I am just going to save here. I feel comfortable doing this part alone, but you are also going to want to heal up. And don't feel obligated to not do this, to not frequently heal at this house that is free to heal at. Anyways, heading in here. Oof, usually I get sunstruck before I enter. I didn't have a problem digging until this. I found a maze. Lots of monsters appeared, so I couldn't proceed. There's 5 big moles. If I beat the monsters, I can continue on. I think I have a bleeding ulcer from worrying too much. I'm helpless to really do anything. Well, let's take care of them ourselves, huh? Yeah. Oh, there's a snake enemy there. That's the coil snake. It's an updated version of the previous snake enemy. And they can be annoying just because they will take some of your health. And here's a new enemy, which is really bizarre, honestly. It's the Noose Man. The Noose Man, which is straight up a noose and has remained in contact in pretty much every version of this game. It hasn't been censored or anything. It's just a straight up noose. I don't really I don't know how they're allowed to do that, but yeah, it's a noose, and it'll even string you up and such as one of its attacks. So I would always recommend taking out the Noose Man first, just because the Mad Ducks are a relatively low threat. We use some healing on Paula just so that we can keep things nice and civil, I guess. I don't know what the word is. Here's the Thirsty Coil Snake. That's what it's called. Extremely susceptible to PK Freeze. Pretty much everything in this dungeon is going to be weak to PK Freeze, so just keep using that. There's not many PSI restoring items right now, though, so also be aware of that, though I wouldn't spam. I'm one of the monsters of this hole. Masters of this hole. There are 5 in all. We are the moles, of course. I believe I'm the 3rd strongest among us. Take your best shot. And we have a mini-boss here. This is the Guardian Digger Mole. He's the 3rd strongest. So, I'm going to open with a PK Apes and a PK Freeze. He's weak to PK Freeze especially, but Also good to use those. I'm going to use a bottle rocket as well, just for some extra precaution. That did quite a bit of damage there, which is nice. Usually Paula and Ness are able to take these out in their turns, each of these moles, but just for safekeeping, because these guys are, in fact, they can be pretty strong, and it can be pretty annoying to fight them, especially if they don't end up beating your whole party, but they end up only killing one of your party members, and then you're having some trouble just because it's either that party member's not going to get like any of the experience, or you walk all the way back to Fourside and go and like mend that issue. So I would recommend being careful. And now that I'm aware that you can get that cup of life noodles, get that cup of life noodles. So let's just take out this thirsty coil snake. And also, everyone got to level up from that last battle, didn't they? That's awesome. Enemies in here give you quite a bit of experience, which is nice. So if you're underleveled like I was only a little bit ago, not a bad idea just to beat some thirsty coil snake. Get away from me. I don't feel like fighting you. I'm feeling pretty comfortable level up wise, by the way, now. So if you're around the same level as I am, this game is very possible. Just know that you might have a little challenge. This is the gigantic ant. It is, in fact, just the Titanic ant. As far as I know, it's just the Titanic ant. So yeah, the first sanctuary boss we were dealing with before, I can't believe that 20 damage was enough to beat it. A sanctuary boss before is now just a normal enemy today. Let's head up here. Goodness, get out of my way. Slopes, So, this dungeon, it can be confusing if you've never done it before, but it's not overly complicated, so don't get overly worried about having to keep up with where you are and everything, because it's pretty straightforward. If you just kind of follow a path, you're going to get to a point really soon where it'll be very easy to distinguish where you have and haven't been. So don't worry, it's also not a very long dungeon. So this is the area I was just talking about. You can always get an exit mouse here. Luckily, I have an exit mouse already, so I don't need to bother with this. But what's in here? There's a croissant, and get out of my way. There is a picnic lunch. Okay, well, that's pretty good. I would say that's worth getting. So let's just have somebody eat this croissant now. And I just realized Paula now has over 100 HP, finally. I don't know what's up with that. Paula's HP is really low this run. Okay, so picnic lunch, very worth your time. So now we are branching off into 4 different paths here, and we know we need to have 5 more moles to fight. So let's head up this way, just so that we can complete this side of the dungeon, and I don't have to think about it anymore. Titanic ants, okay, fine. We'll fight. At least I don't have to fight it in conjunction with the thirsty coil snake, which could have been annoying. Now, Paula is running low on PP. I am going to go to the next location I can think of that has a PSI caramel, because there is one in a box down here. Paula's level 26. Woo. Very good. I'm going to, after we fight this mole, I am going to... Ah, dang it. Okay, well, we can take this. This will be fine. We are going to head for that PSI caramel, just because Paula is pretty necessary in getting rid of these moles as fast as possible. Jeff also has his bottle rockets, but I don't want to have to be using those all the time, just because I want to be able to save them for the harder fights. I am really the 3rd strongest master. I'll destroy you now. So we have 2 moles that both think they're the 3rd strongest, I guess. That's abstractly funny. Let's just use a regular bottle rocket on the off chance it even makes it to Jeff's turn. That's a bit, well, it didn't matter. Okay. No! Oh gosh, I forgot I had a power shield. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. These things have power shields, so what you also want to do is make sure, if you are going to use bottle rockets from Jeff, make sure they attack last. He attacks last. Okay, get a couple more level ups. Nice little place to also just get leveled up a bit. Just so you know, though, once you defeat these moles, there's... Oh, okay, coin of defense, can use that. Oh, well, it's not even as good as the Mr. Saturn coin, so we will not use that. In fact, I'm not sure if that's even better than the Coins of Slumber we have, so I'm not going to equip that, but I'll keep it for now. Let's see what's up here. Calorie stick. He's got too much stuff. This is what we have the for sale sign for, people. We will use this for sale sign and sell that coin of defense right now. I ran here as fast as I could. I'm plump tuckered out. What have you got for sale? So, Jeff, why don't you sell that coin of defense? $1,000. Very nice. Okay, now we can get this. There's a calorie stick. I think we owe that to Paula, considering last time we bought one, we accidentally ate it right in front of her when she needed it. So, Paula, that calorie stick has your name on it when you need it. Anyways. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of enemies. Goodness, look at that. You will be getting a lot of, oh gosh, it looks like the meme. It looks like the meme. No, no. Ignore it, people. Don't bother. 9 plus 6, that's 15, so we can use a PK fire and still get away with one more, and luckily still get away with one more, whatever you call it. What's it called? What's it even called? PK freeze. Oh gosh, I forgot that that the Mad Duck can drain your PP. Gosh, I forgot about that. Did he do that to Paula? Paula has 4. That's not good. Or did I do the math wrong? I may have done the math wrong, which is equally bad. Oh, that sucks, because that just means we have to leave the... If Paula runs out of PP, we're just going to have to leave... Oh, Paul learned yet another new move. That means we'll just have to leave the dungeon, heal, and then come back, which isn't a huge deal, but it is annoying to have to retrace your steps. There's a teddy bear, but he has too much stuff already. Anyway, there is not much stuff here. I'm gonna drop the rust promoter. It's not gonna help all that much right now. It did just dawn on me that there's a point later it would probably help at. That's not too far off in the future, but unfortunately we have already dropped it. So easy come, easy go. So we finished that. Well, let's head down here. There's an enemy here, but hopefully we can just get rid of it without having to use PP, but it doesn't seem like that's going to... It seems like we have to do that anyway. So let's use a bottle rocket from Jeff, because I don't know, just to deal some massive damage. And luckily we got that teddy bear, so things are looking pretty good for us, because now we can... Oh, come on. Screw off. Okay, well, right as I'm saying things are looking good for us. Okay. I like that these gigantic ants look like bees. I enjoy that for some reason. I don't know exactly why. I just think the color palette looks nice on this background. Thank you. Wow, that took a while. Or at least it took much longer than I was hoping it would. Okay, Paula, I know I promised you this calorie stick, but Ness is going to eat it. You get the picnic lunch if you ever need it. Oh gosh, there's so many enemies. Okay. We're just going to kind of smash attack through this. And unfortunately, Paula is now paralyzed, so Paula does not get any benefits of moving, I guess. That's the... Oh, dang it. I don't know how that gave us the back attack, but luckily, when you get back attacks, you have a virtually 100% chance of running away. So we are not going to have to deal with that. There's a bomb. Very good. I don't know if healing beta is enough to... Yeah, healing beta is not enough, in fact, to get rid of numbness, but I guess we just have to deal with that for a little bit. It doesn't, however, affect use of PP, so PSI is still remains unaffected, so don't worry about that. I think we just witnessed a Mad Duck on a rare occasion actually attacking, and it sucks because Paula is now out of PP, pretty much wholly. So these Mad Ducks are made just to screw you over. So cool. That is cool. And we are at the next... we are about to be at the next... goodness, what am I saying? The next Mole Master coming up, like, right over here. So this will be annoying, but it's not going to be impossible. Screw off. Let me run away. Let me run away. Thank you. Okay. Oh man, they drained all my stuff. I hate those guys. Okay. We will use a picnic lunch on Ness. Sorry, Paula, once again. Look, he's the hero. He's the hero, okay? We're going to give these big bottle rockets to Jeff, first off. Because these big bottle rockets will be enough, or should be enough. I didn't mean to use the big bottle rocket. I meant to give it to Jeff. Hopefully these big bottle rockets will be enough to destroy him. And in just beyond here lies the PSI caramels, but I think I am going to just leave the dungeon anyway. So I have no room to do anything. Also, don't use bottle rockets with, oh gosh, I'm pray, I guess. Don't use bottle rockets with other characters besides Jeff, because since they don't know how to use them, they'll, oh hey, that was nice. Yes, okay, thank God. Okay, since they don't know how to use them like Jeff does, they end up doing a lot less damage, so I wouldn't recommend it because it'll be a waste of your money. And I'm surprised that that worked out as well as I was thinking, or as well as I was hoping. There's a luck capsule, very nice, and in here there's a platinum band. That is not what I was hoping. I was hoping for the PSI caramel, but we can live with it. This will bring our defense up substantially, very nice. And I'm going to use the for sale sign again because I want to get rid of what we just used. Let's just wait a second for someone to show up. Okay, good. I thought opening the menu for a second wasn't going to allow me to sell it, which would have been annoying, but luckily they thought of that. Okay. You just want to... He just disappeared. That was interesting. Mighty number 3, huh? We have 3 moles now who've thought that they are all the 3rd strongest. So we have an interesting... observation of miscommunication going on here. We are in fact out of healing items, which is annoying. Let's just attack, I guess. Luckily, I am not going to... Oh man, they're all poisoned. This is not good. Paula's dead. Not good. We are going to do this. And Jeff is dead as well. Also not good. We are going to use the exit mouse and just head out. The unfortunate thing is my plan was to just use the cup of life noodles when Paula died, but I wasn't counting on Jeff dying, which is not as good. And Ness is poisoned, very good as well, working on it. So we are going to have to head back to Fourside, unfortunately, in order to heal these people, unless we go back to Threed instead, which is fine, but at this point I think Fourside's just closer, so that does suck, unfortunately. Unless do I have anything else that could heal them? I have no, it doesn't look like it. Okay, yep, we're heading back to Fourside. That's it. We're heading back to Fourside. Okay, something I do not like about EarthBound aesthetically, which is saying a lot because I like pretty much everything about this game aesthetically, is that, I want to check our status really quick. It has level 31, 27, 28. Good. Everyone's we're pretty even. Anyway, something I don't like is that I understand it's just to alert you, but when one character in your party is unconscious, all of your text boxes turn this red, and it just makes you feel like you're in much more peril than you necessarily are, because, look, we all know Ness can handle things fairly well on his own. Not perfectly, but Ness is fairly capable, and imposing this text box is just really annoying to me, because I just don't like how it looks, so it more so annoys me into healing the other party members rather than being like, oh yeah, this is a necessity, I better do that right now. And also, since we're back in Fourside, I can show you that the department store is in fact not open. I think it's right up here. I get sort of confused with Fourside's layout sometimes. Here's the department store. Temporary closed. Gorg. So, there you have it. I wonder why the department store's closed. Me too, brother. Me too. So just north of the Monotoli building, heading up, you will get to... Don't make a liar of me game. The hospital. The hospital rearranging instead of the Red Cross does seem to work better than, in some places at least, than it does in others. Like in 3, it ends up causing some overlap. There we go. Very nice. And we get our text boxes restored, which is more important to me, honestly. That's not true. We love our friends. We're going to have to head back into the desert now, which is why I would consider this one of the more annoying parts of the game. Just because, not because you don't, it's like, it's weird, it's this weird, like, misincentive, because you don't want to, like, not die because it's, because it'll make things harder. You don't want to die because it is a huge inconvenience to die and have to come all the way back to Fourside just to walk all the way back to the desert. And you have a healer right outside. You have a healer right outside of the caverns in the desert. You have a character who will let you rest right outside of the dungeon. But you don't have anyone who's going to restore consciousness. And I don't understand why not. You have a healer who's equally out of place in the desert, so why not just have a doctor out there too, or a nurse that will automatically heal them? I don't understand it. It's annoying, and it makes this part of the game sort of irritating. One of my few complaints with the game, though, each time I play it, I do like it more. I do just think there are a few things. And perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps one of these people does heal you. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure, as someone who's played through this game, as I've said before, like 6 or 7 times, I'm just not aware. But I hope I'm wrong. It would be nice to not. It'd be nice to be wrong on this, just because then I have another thing to not complain about, and also it creates a better game and experience, in my opinion. So if I'm wrong, everybody wins. And if I'm right, I'm right. Anyways. I think from now on I want to try to avoid fighting the Mad Ducks, just for the fact that I do not want to deal with them draining PP again. Because it is very annoying. As you just saw why it's very annoying. I think it's fairly explicit why. Now, heading up here, there are a lot of thirsty coil snakes, huh? Coming from a person who lives around an area with a lot of snakes. Anyways, heading here, there is another, wait, what? Wait. He may look regular, like a regular, I misread that as something else. I thought it said small, like SMOL, and I was like, it did not do that. Anyways, we've taken out, is that 3 moles? I don't know if that's 3 or 4. Oh, no. Okay, I don't feel like dealing with the noose man, so I guess we'll go down here. There's another noose man anyway. Who cares? Let's just use PK Fire across the board here, and we'll just keep attacking, I guess. Okay, Ness is poisoned, but at least we can mend that outside of battle here. And Ness has the most HP, so also at least it's not another party member. Okay, Ness, there you go. I don't know what's in this box. Super Bomb. Okay, very good. That's quite useful, actually. Super Bombs are, like, marginally stronger than their regular counterparts, so don't knock them just because it says bomb still. Not that you probably would, but just letting you know. So heading over here, let's take on yet another mole. I'm truly the 3rd strongest mole. Okay, here we go again. There seems to be some drastic miscommunication here, which is funny. We are going to open with a PSI Apes, and we will use PSI Freeze. I'll have Jeff use a big bottle rocket, I guess, just so he feels like he's doing something. Oh gosh, that did quite a bit of damage. Big bottle rocket, please. Please take him out. Thank you. It would have been bad if that fired back at Jeff right after. That would have been bad. Okay. So Ness is level 32. You're going to get quite a few level ups because each of these moles offer quite a bit of health. Not health, quite a bit of experience, but also quite a bit of health. You probably see why I said that. Let's use this on Jeff. PSI Caramel. There's where you get it. And I want you all to know I do switch off personally between saying caramel and caramel. So you will be hearing me say both. Usually I say caramel, but I'm just doing it now to annoy you all. Because I know some people don't like it being said caramel. And oh my gosh. That's a lot of enemies. I'm not dealing with that. It's not necessarily inconvenient either, just because like it's not, they're not hard enemies, but I don't feel like facing all of them, so I'm not going to. It's a free country. It's my video. Heading down here. Oh, we actually already fought this one. Oh man, that's annoying. We already fought this one. I'm trying to remember where the last mole is, and if I can, I would like to defeat all of the moles before we finish off this episode. So I think what I'm going to do is, we already fought that one, but there is a rope down here that we can go up. So I think I'm going to head up here and try to search over on this side because, well, that's fair. We'll just keep doing that. Luckily, they're not overly annoying to deal with. They're pretty easy. So there does seem to be something over there. It's unfortunate. There's not really much direction in terms of where to go in here. You just got to kind of keep a checklist. But luckily, it's not too complicated. So I think what we need to do is go up here. Yes. Ha ha ha. You fought the strongest master of the mold, the second strongest master of the mold, the fourth strongest, the weakest member. I am truly the third strongest. Okay, well, you can't please anybody in here apparently. So we are going to use okay, goodness. Nest, we actually do want to use PK Apes this time, and we're going to use that. I'm going to have Jeff just defend because it doesn't seem like Jeff can do all that much in this situation. And oh gosh. Yeah, Ness is homesick. Okay. I told you about this before, but as you can see, it does happen. And shoot, Paul is out of that. Hopefully this bomb will not backfire. It backfired. It backfired. Okay. I thought that would be enough to... Oh, goodness. I should have had Jeff defend. What was I thinking? Luckily, that didn't do too much damage because it reflects about half, I believe. Anyways, get all of that, and now Ness is level 33. Wow, Ness is getting strong. There's a guts capsule that Paula takes. Now I would recommend using the exit mouse just so you don't have to walk all the way back. And leaving here, it seems people are out here for something, and we also have a photo opportunity. Yes. Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Okay, get ready for an instant memory. Look at the camera. Ready, say fuzzy pickles. I was a little too fast for you, even. I stumbled over my words there when I was talking at a normal pace, though, so who's the real fool? Let's not get heat stroke right out here. You gotten rid of the monster? Good job. Okay, from now on, just let me dig. You'll see. I'll find berry gold. Before I start digging, I'm going to set a careful plan of action. Well, at least he can get back to work now, even if it didn't result in us getting the gold we need for the Runaway Five right now. I'm going to stay here for the night. Next time on EarthBound, we are going to head back into the Fourside city and see if we can find any way that we can help the Runaway Five aside from this gold. Thank you all for watching. See you guys then.